Hey everybody, welcome to the read for the week. Um, I don't know. What do I want to talk about here? I kind of know what I want to talk about. We're just going to do the energy read. I am going to pull one portal card because normally I would do a 2, 2. Uh, the repeating numbers are always a portal day in the calendar, but it just feels like following. It's I think it's weird to be following two different calendars, and so I'm just going to ignore the dates. Um, there's kind of like a theory of like, let's not base this off of dates anymore. We need to base things off of events. And so most of the events that are logically known are astrological. So let's just go with that, and um, let's just go with that. What I did want to just talk about is just like I picked lots of really soft decks to read this week, just like soft in color, hopefully soft in message. Um, the Star Seed, the Rose Oracle, they're all the Rebecca Campbell decks. Um, I just feel like I'm not saying we need to take a pause, but like there's so much happening every single day that it's definitely overwhelming. And I feel like we just need to make sure that we need to be the calm in the storm. So the storm is happening. It's happening all around us. It's it it can be really fast, furious, noisy, crazy, busy. Um, we're in the center. We're in that. We need to keep ourselves in the middle, in the eye of it, so that we see everything that's going on around. But there's zero fear, and we know that once the storm is past, everything will be fine. The rainbow will come out. Um, but we have to go through this. So I think this week it's just really important to just make sure you are caring for yourself. And in that way, you're not becoming, again, we've talked about this many, many times. We're not being inundated by everything coming at us. Or just part of the thing too is you have to realize a lot of this stuff, these stories, and then the whole country gets worked up about it, is meant for distraction. So if you're distracting yourself from the outside world or in the outside world, we're not working on the inner world. And that's where the most amount of transformation is going on right now. You have to be a participant in that. We don't have to be a participant in the 3D matrix crumbling. Like, you don't have to be part of that. We can observe it and watch it. I hate to say it, but it's like when someone's in hospice or something like that, and we're by their side, and watching them pass. We we have to give it its space, witness it, um, hold the space and the light for them to go. And so that's sort of the phase we're in. But we also have to make sure we're tending to our needs, right? So when those things are happening, we are grieving, um, we are going through all the human emotions, but we're not staying stuck in them, and we're not going into fear. That's the worst thing we can do, right? We're trying to keep our energy at its like maximum, whatever that is. All right. So before we get into the week, I'm just going to draw one portal card, or two, apparently, or three. Maybe there's three there. They really jumped out there about what this just passed. Basically, let's just say February in general. So the next sort of chunk of this process, what is it all about? Um, we got throat chakra, temple of truth, throat chakra, authenticity, self expression. This is like probably the biggest um, thing that's going on right now. It's almost like, remember when I talked about as a collective, we were working up the chakras? I'm not saying we skipped heart. I think heart opening is just like, it basically is factors into every healing of every chakra, but we've moved on from solar plexus. Some of us might be still grappling in there a bit, but it's all coming out about throat, about truth, about what is authentically us, what is authentic in the world. Like that's where we are. So February is going to continue to be a month of major disclosure. Um, the thing now is that it's happening like at a rapid speed. So again, make sure you're taking care of yourself. Um, we also got Sword of Light for this next few weeks. Divine protection, cords are being cut, breakthrough energy. So, yeah, we're just, again, we're separating the old from the new, or that separation of energies is well underway. And again, it's not going to be like this painless um, process. We have to reconcile all the old, shed the skin, right? It's Chinese New Year. We're shedding that skin. We're rebirthing ourselves. But we have divine protection. So there's no fear. Like I said, stand in the middle of the eye and just be at peace and know that everything's going as it should and that everything's okay. Um, Cords are being cut, breakthroughs are happening. I think February is just, you're just going to continue to see, not just in yourself, but in the collective, massive transformation, which is, we all have been waiting and waiting for this period of time. So don't give up now. Holy crap, don't give up now. Like it went from feeling like nothing was happening to like 0 to 60. Like just whoa. And that's not even our top speed, right? We probably could go 0 to like whatever, 100. Yeah, it's still happening, it's still coming. And the last card for the portal, like I said, I didn't mean to get three, but we did. Emerald Tablet Activation, Cosmic Ordering, Divine Alchemy, Conscious Manifesting. Again, our role in this. Okay, so the other things are meant to happen. It's happening as it's meant to happen. Cosmic ordering, it's coming into order. That's being done by the universe. Divine alchemy, that's for both of us, the universe and us, is that we are the universe, we are divine, and we're alchemizing. Alchemization is transformation, right? We're changing one state into another. That works not just in like metals. I've talked about this before. It works on a spiritual level, on an energetic level. Conscious manifesting, definitely our job, right? Our job is to keep putting out the positive and where we want to be going, right? It's been our job since the beginning. So. All right, let's take a look. Which one do I want? Let's just do the week like we normally do, break it into two. Let's see what this week has to hold. But I'm definitely getting the messaging that we just need to be a little softer with ourselves this week. In terms of don't don't overload yourself on everything that's happening. We got two again. Just gonna make it a long reading, right? Yeah. Okay. Actually, these are good. I like it. This just confirms that this week is going to be another powerful week. The Chariot card is always movement, right? And fast movement. Chariot races are not like slow in any way, shape, or form, right? So it's just like it's go time this week. What do we say? I wisely use my personal power and power of choice to do my good work in the world, right? Don't stop now. That's the biggest message I'm getting. Don't stop believing, right? Keep, even though it's getting hectic and crazy, find a way to go within and keep doing your work and keep bringing good into the world this week. Anyway, we also got the Lovers. For me, I always love this because it's the angel holding. It's not really, it's a sphere and it's got a couple in it, but it's the thing is that it look at the top, it looks like Earth. So just remembering again that we are a part of the divine. The divine has us beautifully protected, and that this time and space was always meant to come and be transformed. I see the divine in myself reflected in another. So again, this is like we're all in this together. And where we go, one, we go all, and all of those good things. And we are divinely protected. It's not just the human race, It's every animal, tree, bird thing on this planet, as well as every like other dimensional beings. All right, let's hopefully we'll just get one of these. So the overall thing for this week, stretch. For me, stretch is always just like you can just see like it's almost like the roots or the veins or um they kind of even nervous, don't really, well, a little bit nervous system. It's just like these are energetic roots and antennas, and so really work this week on exercising those and stretching them out to your biggest and best possible limits that you could come to. All right, we're gonna do one of each. Oh, that one bounced out. For we're gonna do Monday through Wednesday and then Thursday through the end of the week. Ooh, what's this all about? Okay. Yeah, the other thing too that I wanted to say is part of the reason I picked these decks is they definitely have like a more divine feminine feel. And so I really wanted to I want I want us to be focusing on that energy within ourselves. As we've talked about over time, there's always there's moments of time where we're like where the divine feminine is like rising and then it gets squashed down a bit and then the balance doesn't happen. So it feels like we're hitting up another point where the divine feminine, is rising again. So let's keep working with that energy. Like, the moon, if you've looked at the moon any night this week, Venus is like right conjunct to it, right beside it. So there's lots of that deep beauty and love energy being emanated towards us. So utilize it, stoke it up in yourself. Okay, so first part of the week, the focus is going to be first up is the stone goddess. So again, uh, that feminine energy coming up, unwavering love and support, maternal line. I really feel like with this one, it's the key thing is the unwavering love and support. So this is sort of like a thing. It's about us supporting and loving ourselves, and just understanding that we are connected to higher energies that have our back, that are mothering us, that are taking care of us. So, and the image that always comes up with mothering is like being held like a baby, and just so I think maybe this week it is just really take a bit of time to take a breather and if you're going to do a meditation, like connect to divine feminine and just be asked by the goddesses, the different ones, or the ascended masters, Mother Mary, Mary Magdalene, Kuan Yin, to just surround that energy around you and to hold you, especially if you're feeling with everything going on that you're not feeling grounded or safe or secure. So you can generate that your own con- security, but it's not just about security. It's just like just realize that they are there for you. That energy's out there right now. So connect into it to make yourself to help yourself feel comfortable and safe because you are. But if you're not having success with those emotions and things down on the planet, it's like call that energy in, right? We also, again, throat chakra coming up. Share your voice. Come out of the cave, persecution, expression. Yeah, I think the days of persecution are slowly coming to an end. I always still hold myself back on this channel, well, because first of all, it probably would get flagged and taken down. Um, but the other thing is that there's things that I would like to say, but we're just not quite there yet, right? There's the if I started coming out saying like going full tilt, a lot of people would just be like, "Oh yeah, she lost." So I'm just, it's not that I'm not expressing myself. I'm just waiting for the appropriate times. Anyway, but do your best to express yourself. Come out of the cave is the big one. Even if you don't start, you know, walking the walk, and the key was in the other cards was being more authentic, right? And using authentic power and our voice, and that it's just like we're getting to the point where we have to start stepping up and stepping out and being seen and being heard. So we also got the C's of Mintaka, seeing potential, bringing unconscious to light. Yeah, this week's continued truths. Um, but you see how, like, as we're going through these cards, it's not feeling as intense. So as these truths come out, just make sure you're processing them in a way that is with ease and grace to your soul. That's all I can say about that. Try to find the ease and the grace in it. Don't let it whip you into a frenzy, even though it's one hell of a storm, let me tell you. We also got open. Say yes, expand through the extremes, and trust life. That's just what I said about the storm, right? Like, be in the center. Like, in the eye of the storm, you can see, like, clearly, while everything around us is like in chaos. The song just came to mind of "Look Up, Child" by Lauren Daigle. It's like, look up, like, all the answers are there. It's going to be fine. So yeah, expand through these extremes. The reason some of them are happening is to aid in this ascension and progression of our transformation. So it's not happening to us; it's happening for us, and we have to keep remembering that, because I think we forget that so often. All right, let's look at Thursday through the end of the week, and we're going to keep this video pretty short for this week. I haven't gone through to see any major events. Woo, okay, that flipped, but I think there are three. Great. Because I said I was going to keep it short, right? Well, we're reading them all because that's what we got. Oh, good. Okay. Make this up, right? Oh, okay. The end of the week's a little power packed, but it's okay. It's actually really good. Okay, first up, the gateway. Opening doors, opportunities, right timing. What did I just say about, like, me expressing myself? It's the same for all of us this week. We'll see moments where the doors are opening. Like, we've already started to see so much happening, moving in the outside world. This week is no exception. I feel like, though, like, this feels like a very vibrant, positive card. And so it's like the opening doors are like, it's finally like, hey, there's the light that I've been looking to see, right? There is a card coming up in here about the light, so that's really interesting. We also got boundary stones, negotiations, contracts, communication. Ah, interesting. Okay, I think, yeah, I guess in yeah, there for some of you there's like stuff coming up around, like, real, like, life-changing opportunities in terms of, like, completely different from what you thought you were doing. Um this has a lot to do, though, I think, with, like, also the contracts that we come to this planet with, right? So we could, we have the potential to not change those contracts. We do need to honor them, but we can talk to the universe about, like, hey, like, okay, can you make this part a little easier for me, or that part? So really be working on that conscious manifesting this week. Oh, okay, the cycle breaker. You'll get through it. The cycle is ending. Yeah, it's just we're weathering the storm this week, you guys. Um, but the best way for us to weather this isn't to, like, be in the storm trying to hold on for dear life. It's like, we have to break the cycle of fear, of being told what to do, of all of those. So we need to step into that place of peace. You've got to, I feel like this week it's really important. Whatever you do, we find the way to do that. Again, we'll get through it. Everything will be fine. And look at this as like the leveling up of to higher self. So there's lots of transformations like happening, like inwardly and outwardly. So it's just like do your best to ride through the storm and have no fear. Trust your path. If you knew you would be supported, what would you do? See, that's interesting because it goes back to those little like the openings and the opportunities, um, and the communications and contracts. It's like we're almost being presented with our new opportunities in this new world for what we're going to be doing. So kind of keep a lookout for those, and like because that's coming up, it's like, okay, it's time for like a massive transformation in your life. Um it gets no more massive than what's the actual transformation that's really happening on this planet, right? But then how do you fit into like what what we do every day and be and who we are? So it's just like it seems like by the end of this week, there's a little more like tangible open doors where we're like, oh, this is what I'm supposed to be doing. And just because like the card at the beginning of the week, the yes, well, I flipped them all now because we still, but that yes card, right? Yes, it is the right timing is coming. The cycle is ending. We're breaking through to the other side, opening doors, opportunities. The right timing is coming. So uh, be watching for this stuff this week and try not to, be so distracted by the outside that you don't say yes to an opportunity. Well, so interesting. Again, the question, if you knew you'd be supported, what would you do? This is that the conscious manifesting thing again, though, is like dreaming up, like how you want to live your life every day. Like it does us no good, like zero good right now for us to go, okay, well, I want this job and this amount of money and like those material things aren't what matters. It's like I want to get up in the morning and have a coffee and go on like a 3-hour walk with my dog and then spend the rest of the day transmuting energy. Well, if you said that right now, it's not a job and it doesn't pay the rent. Like it doesn't unless you win the lottery, you can do those things. That's not what this new uh, earth is about. It's about like how do you want to feel and what do you want to be doing every day? Like you're not ever gonna are you gonna wish to sit at a desk for another 8 hours a day, 5, 6, 7 days a week for the rest of your life? No. So really be actively working on the I call it the dream job, but like what are you gonna be doing over there? Do you want to like run around the world and heal people, or like what is it? Start to really hone in and watch for opportunities this week for those doors to open. Like, I don't feel like we're precisely at that timing, but for some of us, we are. See, and this is always the thing that's really difficult to explain is that there was always going to be what we call the bifurcation, the splitting of the energies into two, third dimensional to fifth dimensional, just for ease of this quick conversation. Not everybody is coming right away, right over to 5D. And it's not our job to do that for them. That's their job. That's their decision. That's their thing. Some people are choosing to stay behind until they're ready, till their soul is ready, until they figure things out in the third dimension. It's really weird to talk about because most people are like that. Like I can't even like I don't understand. I don't compute how it is. Actually, if I'm not mistaken, Lee Harris did his February energy update and he talks about it. And it literally will be like some of us will be living, we're all in the same place, the same planet, just energetically in different dimensions. The people over here will be living and doing, like these people will see us and be like, how come they get everything they want? And like, and are living this dream life. Like, how are they doing that? And until their energy level is like, or until their epiphany happens or their transformation, they won't understand or see it. But eventually, everybody has the opportunity to come over when they're ready, when their soul is ready. But unfortunately, some people are going to pick to stay. There's still going to be wars. There's still, oops, I don't know if I'm allowed to say that word. There's still going to be like low energy playing out and and challenging people to, you know, break out of that cycle. But it's not, we're not all going at the same time. I do say where we go and we go all, and eventually they'll get there. But at the initial split, and the split is just starting. So, you know, anyway, it's a like I said, it's more than a 33-minute video like, conversation. But if you're interested in it, like, go start researching the bifurcation and the split. Whether you look at Dolores Cannon or even just to go watch that Lee Harris video for the February energy update, he explains it well enough in like one little, point. So just be aware that's where we are at. And some of us will go, like, will be what we call the way showers. They're going to go ahead. And actually, to be honest, I think there's already people there that have been doing this work for years and years and years and years. So just also keep looking for those people, because if you're ready, if you think you're ready to go and you're just like, you notice someone, you're like, they're living like their best life in the middle of this chaotic, effed up planet. What are they doing? And, you know, moth to the flame, like, go see, go investigate, go ask. Honestly, can't make this up. I didn't even see this card till right this second. The Great Severing. Mars energy, anger, conflict, softening to love. How do you get here? How do you get to 5D? Love, love, love. It's always been the answer. So, yeah, again, like I said, I drew these cards, I used these cards this week because I think we need to have, I think a lot of people are, I don't want to say we're spinning out of control, but we are a little bit, because it's so intense, and like so much is happening every day in this world. And probably in our personal and physical transformations too, that they can be overwhelming. So find ways to soften into that divine feminine, soften into love. Even if you're just spend your day doing meditations on love. There's all kinds of meditations in the world on love, or just doing your own where you're just sitting in peace and quiet and saying the word love, like a mantra over and over and over, and just raising that energy up. All right. Oh, okay. This is a good way to sum this up. The bud, potential, promise. It's about to happen. Keep going. Yeah. That's the key thing I'm getting from all, like, right from the beginning, was like, the storm is upon us. It's quite bad right now. It's really distracting. It's really intense some days. Um, we've come this far. Don't give up at this point. Just don't. Don't do it. All right, let's sum up the week, and then I'm going to leave this video here because it doesn't feel like it needs to be really long this week. It feels like this is just going to be a week, um, yeah, where we're weathering the storm. In fact, I think ooh, that one's on the floor. I'm going to grab it. Weathering the storm, just, and in the best way possible, and not sitting in fear, and just being like, sometimes when there's like a really good thunderstorm and it's raining, and you're like, screw it, and you go out and stand in it, even though it's like a little dicey, but you're like, this, it's just like takes your breath away. It's so beautiful. Let's do that. Justice. Oh, justice for the end of the week. I am truthful with others and myself, and I take full responsibility for my choices. Yeah, okay. again, like peppered throughout this reading. Truth, 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 truth. It's just as important, it's like the timing of now is like, hey, everything's coming out. So it's not just about being truthful, like for past mistakes or anything. It's not about that. It's like, what is your truth? Who are you really? And starting to show that to the world. Um, and just making sure you're not sitting around like, are we still doing a little bit of lying to ourselves about how we really feel, what we really want to see? So spend the time this week just check it. It's a self check-in kind of week. I'm feeling like we really need to be um, grounding ourselves in truth, and that's part of it is the reconciliation of what's going on in the outside world. Jeez, man, these cards are like jumping. I don't even know where that went. Oh, there it is. Okay. Anyway, so it's about truth this week. It's gonna keep coming at us. The chariot card was the best way of saying that. It's just gonna almost steamroll us. Yeah, it's just time. The time, that's what I said. Like, we can't necessarily look at a date and say this is when it's going to happen. Um, Realistically, everything happens around celestial events. Um, so, but the time is now. It's happening right now. Um, See, I always love this. The moon. This is exactly the moon we have right now. Isn't that interesting? And the sun in perfect, she's holding them in that figure eight in perfect balance. So the timing of perfect balance. Here's uh, the rebirth, the baby. And what do we have there? Oh, the goddess, the rise of the feminine. Yeah, it's just one of those weeks where um, it's just really important, I think, to not pull back, but just remain calm in the storm. You are the calm in the storm. Take a deep breath, let it all, continue to observe. Don't get too involved. Um, Keep up your work, love and manifestation of love. That's what we can do in this situation. So it's really important we're paying attention to those and just know that everything is happening the way it should, and the universe has got our back. like, so just yeah, basically, I'm totally calling this video "Riding Out the Storm" because that's really what's going on right now. There's nothing for us to do but just to remain positive and take care of ourselves and keep ourselves safe. Right? Don't get into situations where we're so wrapped up in fear that whatever, we gotta not do that this week. So have a really good week. Take really good care of yourself, particularly our self love and self care. And Yeah, just remember we're in the eye of the storm. We're in the most we're in the most peaceful place, and we just need to breathe, and everything will eventually pass us by and be just fine at the end. That rainbow at the end is coming. Take care of yourselves. I love you.